Begin to gently invite the breath, if it's not already, to become a deep and smooth rhythm. In and out through the nose. Perhaps when you inhale, you can visualize a blue ball about the size of a marble at the base of your spine, at your tailbone. And as you inhale, you're drawing that marble up along the length of your spine, through the energy centers, all the way to just above the crown of your head. And as you exhale, that blue marble turns into a gentle rain of health and happiness that flows all the way back down through the chakras, through your energy center, along the spine, to the very tip of your tailbone. And again, just visualize as you inhale that blue marble slowly along with the rate of your breath, moving all the way, so that the end of your inhalation is just above the crown of your head. And as you exhale, it transforms into a gentle, cooling rain of health and happiness that trickles all the way back down to the tip of your tailbone. You can continue with that imagery for just a few more rounds of breath. You can finish off the breath you're on with that imagery, and then return to regular breathing. You could even just keep your eyes closed as you gently release the right ear towards the right shoulder. And then turn the head towards the right. Allow the chin to drop down towards your collarbone. And then roll the head over to where the left ear is closer to the left shoulder. You can slowly go back and forth, just going forward. Don't roll the head back a few times, pausing anywhere along the way. If you feel like that spot has a little extra tension, then you want to pause for a stretch there. And then make your way back to a neutral position of the head and the neck. Draw the shoulders up near your ears and roll them down and back. Again, reaching up and roll down and back. Take the hands together in front of you as you inhale to lengthen. Exhale and release the fingers. Press the palms out around the back and drop the head forward. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, fingertips back. And exhale as the hands release all the way around behind you. Interlace the fingers there. Lift the heart center, lift your gaze. And then exhale, releasing hands back into heart center. Again, inhale here. Exhale, interlace the fingers the opposite way. Press the palms forward, around the back. Inhale, Lift the arms up, biceps by the ears, pinkies reach back. Exhale, hands behind you. Again, interlacing the way you don't do it as much. Lift the heart, lift your gaze, lift the arms. This time, either stay here for a breath or exhale, come forward like I am. Arms overhead. If forward, inhale, let the arms bring you back up. And then everyone exhale, hands back to heart center. I'm going to transition into hands and knees position, using extra padding where you need it. And just organically move through your spine. You can make circles. You can do cat-cow. Getting some blood flow into the tissues. And noticing how things feel. Work your way back to a neutral position. And then start walking the hands out. Lift the tailbone high. Bringing your forehead to the mat into puppy dog. Pause here for a few rounds of breath. Enjoying the gentle return of blood to the brain. Stretch through the shoulders. Press through all 10 fingertips. Inhale, come up slightly. And then exhale once more. If you want to go a little deeper, you could think about bringing your chin instead of your forehead to the mat. As you inhale, press into the fingertips, lift the chin and chest away, and bring the hands back underneath your shoulders. Take an inhale, lift the left arm up to the sky. You can follow it with your gaze. Exhale, take the hand behind your right wrist and bring your left shoulder to the mat, as well as your left ear or side of your head. You could walk the right arm out in front. You could even reach the right leg out to the right side. If the right leg is out, bring it back in. Slide the right hand back and lift up. Bring in that left hand up once more on your inhale and exhale to your mat. Repeating on the other side. Inhale, lift the left arm. And exhale, take it behind the left wrist. Right shoulder, right side of your head to the mat. You could walk the left arm out. You could reach the left leg out. Keep shifting your hips slightly back to deepen your stretch. Slide the right hand, or rather the left hand, back under your shoulder and press back up. Bring the knee. Inhale, reach up with the right, and exhale back to the mat. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees slightly, draw the belly in, and shift the hips up and back, and walk out your downward dog. Lift the right leg up to the sky, and exhale, bring it forward to the outside of your right hand, and bring your left knee down to the mat. Untuck those toes. You can stay right here, or you may even begin bending your elbows to bring your forearms to the mat. Relax the head. Breathe into the right hip, all the muscles around the hip, the thigh. Still following the rhythm of your breath. Pressing into the hands. To lift the elbows and walk the hands back in. Now take your right hand to the inside of your right knee and gently allow the hand to push that knee slightly out to the right. So you can roll to the edge of your right foot, and you may even enjoy twisting to the right to gaze back over your right shoulder. As you inhale, release the knee back to neutral. Wiggle the foot in just a little bit. You can simply shift your hips forward and down to get a nice quad stretch, or you can bend that knee and reach back with the right hand to find that foot, shifting your hips forward for a little deeper stretch along the left quad. If you have the foot, gently release it. Bring the right hand to the inside of your right foot. Tuck the toes under on your left. Step back to downward dog. Shift your weight forward into plank. Keep the toes tucked under and gently bring your heart center and head up slightly into a modified cobra. Try not to just be heavy in the low back. As I said, legs are strong. Low back lengthening. Gaze slightly up. Draw the belly button towards the ceiling or sky as you lift your hips up and back to downward dog. Lift the left leg high and bring it forward to the outside of your left hand. Knee comes down on the right, top of the foot plants. You can stay right here or go a little deeper by bending the elbows, walking the hands forward and coming to forearms. Just notice. Breathe into these sensations, giving that stuck energy permission to just release and move through the body for another purpose. Press into the hands and lift the elbows, walk the hands back. Take the left hand to the inside of the left knee and gently press into that inner knee space, moving to the outer blade of your right foot. Feel free to include a twist to the left, gazing behind you. And turn the gaze forward. Bring the knee back to neutral. Walk the foot in a bit. From here, you can just shift your hips down and forward for your stretch along the right quad, or you can bend into the right knee, reach back with your left hand, and find the top of that foot. Even in poses like this, you want to make sure your knee is over ankle. You don't want your knee to be out past the foot on that left side in this particular moment. Full breaths, relaxed face. If you're holding the foot, go ahead and release it to the mat. Both hands are on the inside of your left foot. Pick up the back right knee and step back to downward dog. As you inhale, shift forward into plank. Certainly could have knees down. And then modified cobra, knees down or up. Release the knees to the mat, untuck your toes. And if you need to, you could take a block or a blanket, bolster and place between your heels so that you can sit down comfortably without any pain in your knees. I'm going to turn and face you. If you have healthy knees and the front of your ankles will allow for it, you could gently move your calf muscles out of the way and sit down on the mat between your feet. But you should feel zero pain in your knees, whichever option you choose, and just take a moment to settle into that place. At any time where it shifts from being a stretch into a place of discomfort, then prop your hips up to be a little higher off the mat, or you can bring your legs around to a different seated position. I'm going to focus on the arms, shoulders, and wrists for a moment. So we'll take both arms out to the side. I'm going to bring the right arm up, left arm behind. And then as you bend the right elbow, see if you can make that connection behind your back. Moving the elbow behind your head, pressing the back of the head into your arm. Deep, full breaths as you send happiness and health into your shoulders. Gently release, take the arms out to the side, and we'll just switch. So left arm goes up and over, right arm behind. If you can make that connection, shift the elbow over behind your head a bit. And gently press the back of the head into your arm. Just visualize any stuck energy, any tightness being released with each exhalation. And then gently release. Take the hands to your lap for a moment just to notice. I'm going to take our weight off the legs. You can take your hands forward. Come into hands and knees. We'll stretch out the wrist a little bit from this position. I'm going to turn sideways again. Starting with the left wrist, turn the fingers out to the left and all the way around if you can. So fingers face the thigh, heel of the hand into the mat. Continue to keep weight in the base of your palm if possible. Maybe shifting your hips back slightly without lifting the base of your palm. Turn the fingertips back around, back of the hand on the mat. And again, shift the hips back if you'd like, but keep the back of your hand all the way down on the mat. And return that hand to its regular position, shifting over to the right. Turn the right fingertips out to the right and all the way around. If possible, fingertips facing the right thigh. Base of the palm down, hip shift back if you need it. Turn the fingertips back around to face the front short edge of your mat and then back of the hand down. So now fingers are pointing towards the thigh again, but you have the back of your hand down. And then turn the palm back. Gonna move into a figure four pose or pigeon pose from here. Option of coming onto your back. to do it there. And we can just come from a hands and knees. So bring your right knee forward, flex that ankle, and then open the right knee to the side. Keeping that ankle bent on the right side, start to slide your left leg back. You can always prop up the right hip as you settle down into the pose. You can certainly go deeper into the pose, walking the hands out farther, resting your head either on your forearms or on the mat. Keep the back leg lengthened. Keep your weight centered through the hips, not rolling to the right. And then lift the head, walk the hands in. Tuck the toes under on your left foot. Lift that knee. You can just come back to hands and knees. Moving to the other side, left knee in, ankle bent. And then ankle's going to be in front of your right knee as you slide the right leg back. Always pause at that first point of resistance and stay there for a few breaths before moving deeper. Just to make sure the muscles are ready and relaxed. Begin to lift your head, walk the hands in. And if you're on your back, you can rock up to seated. If you're already in like pigeon pose, just roll over to that left hip and bring the right leg around in front of you. You have your left sole of your foot against the right inner thigh, moving into Janushirasana. So squaring your torso over that straight right leg, toes are to the sky. You could certainly use a strap around the foot to assist with this pose. Otherwise, just make it a little gentle tonight. Just bring the hands to the mat. Chest comes towards that right shin. And slowly walk the hands forward. Keep the spine aligned as long as you can. And then after a few breaths there, you can round the back, tuck the chin a bit, bringing more of your forehead to your knee. Lift your head a bit. Bring your right arm to the inside of the right leg. And for some of you, you may just enjoy taking the right hand behind you, bending the elbow and placing the back of your hand on your low back. And just certainly allowing yourself to twist to the left. Another option would be to take the left arm all the way over. Right hand moves to your big toe, and the left hand can come and find it as you try to rotate slightly through the arms. And a powerful stretch From the rib cage all the way down through the pelvis on that left side. Bring the left arm up and all the way to the mat behind you. We'll sweep the right hand in front, lift off the glutes so you're on the side shin, pointing the right toe and stretching the hips forward and up before leafing back to the mat and facing towards the right leg. We'll move to the other side, so left knee comes up. Extend that leg out as you bring the right knee in and open the right knee to the right, sole of the right foot against the left inner thigh. Check that you're on your sit bones with a strong torso. And on your next exhalation, you can start to bring your chest towards your shin. For the first few breaths, keeping the back fairly aligned, so not over extending through the neck or over flexing with the chin at the chest. Crown of the head is currently reaching forward past the left foot. Bring your left hand to the inside of the left leg and either simply take the back of your right hand to your low back, and you can slightly rotate as you lengthen the rib cage away from the pelvis. Or for a deeper expression, 2 fingers on the inside of the big toe, thumb on the tip, or just straight to the pointing to the sky as the right arm reaches all the way over and finds the thumb. Trying to rotate your torso, your heart center towards the right. And then we'll take the right arm behind us, sweep the left arm in front, lifting up and stretching the hips forward. Exhaling back to the mat. One final pose before coming onto our back. I'm going to turn and face you and take a moderate size V position of the legs. I often use my fists to help lift up, again, making sure that I'm on or slightly even in front of my sit bones. Thighs are strong, knees or kneecaps are pointing toward the sky, or maybe even slightly back, toes pulled back. Take the hands to the inside of your legs, and again, initially just trying to keep the spine aligned as you walk the hands forward. Maybe come into forearms. You could always rest your arms on a bolster or blankets to make it a little bit more restorative if you're going to stay there for a while. And send those deep breaths into the inner thighs. Releasing fatigue and tightness. As you inhale, you can start to press away from the floor with your hands. Bring the legs back together. Shake them out if you need to. Going to make our way onto our back, so make sure you have room to do that. Any blankets, bolsters, eye mask that you'd like to have handy. And just slowly roll it back. Once the back of your head and entire length of your back is resting into the mat, you can take the legs straight, moving into Shavasana position. So feet are a bit wider than hips. Palms are up, keeping some space between your pinkies and thighs. On the backs of your shoulders, melt into the mat. Your glutes soften. Your calves soften. And your ankles relax. Bringing your awareness down to the left foot, all the way down to the left pinky toe. So relaxation, settle in, and move it to the fourth toe, third toe. Attention on the second toe, on the left big toe. The left sole of your foot, your ankle. Bring your attention to the left shin and calf, the left knee joint, the left thigh, the left hip joint. With that leg heavy and relaxed, bring your awareness, relaxation to the right foot first, sending it out to the right pinky toe, the right fourth toe, third toe, second toe, and big toe. Bring your awareness to the sole of your right foot, your right ankle. Move it up to the right calf, the right knee joint, the right thigh, and the right hip joint. As that entire leg is heavy and relaxed. Bring your awareness to the pelvis, the glutes, the belly and the low back. Bring your awareness to your sternum, your heart, your lungs, your rib cage, and the muscles of your upper back. With your torso relaxed, bring your awareness to the left hand and send relaxation into the left pinky, the left ring finger, middle finger, index finger, and left thumb. With the left palm relaxed. As you bring your awareness to the wrist, the forearm, the elbow joint, the upper arm, the shoulder and shoulder joint. With the left arm completely heavy and relaxed, bring your awareness to the right hand and send relaxation into the right pinky, the right ring finger, middle finger, index finger, and right thumb. Bring your awareness to the right hand, the wrist, the right forearm, elbow. Bring your attention to the upper arm, the right shoulder, and the right shoulder joint. As that arm is now heavy and relaxed. Bring your awareness to the throat, the back of your neck. And send your awareness to the back of your head. Coming up and over. As you relax your forehead. Bringing awareness to the temples, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, including lips, tongue, jaw. Bring that awareness to your mind. Let it relax. Your entire body is now heavy and relaxed. Allow the peacefulness of this state to carry you into the rest of your evening. Remaining here as long as you like by muting or pausing me. When you're ready, if you have to leave where you're located, if you're not already in bed, you can gently start creating a little movement. The toes, the fingers, the wrists, and the ankles. Moving some of the muscles of your face and neck. Reaching the arms overhead and bringing the legs together. Lengthening from fingers to toes. And then bending the knees. As you bring the knees to chest, wrap the arms around the legs. Squeezing them in and exhaling with forehead toward the knees. Head back to the mat. Gently roll to one side. And pause for a couple of breaths. And then safely come back to a seated position with eyes closed. Notice the power of inviting quiet and calmness and creating a place and space for your body to repair, restore, relax. Adding another component on your journey to wellness. If you'd like to, bring hands to heart center. Thinking of one or two things you're grateful for this time. Know that I'm grateful for the time you have taken for yourself and for this class. If you'd like to open your eyes and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for joining me.